Hello, Twitch. I'll be starting up here in just a few minutes. First, I gotta get a hold of somebody here on Discord.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, Falc. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Yourself?
I am good. You know, I have to admit, it is not often that somebody actually asks me if I want to race.
I was going to ask you a few minutes ago, but then somebody in the Discord needed a little assistance with the randomizer, so it backed me up a few minutes. And I saw that you got online on your stream, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to ask. I'm going to take a chance.
Yeah.
And it worked out.
Fortunately for you, I started giving a little bit of time at the beginning of my streams to let everybody get in and check things out and settle in before I actually get started. Just so nobody misses the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, while we still got a few minutes here, about 3.5 to be exact, we have a couple of interesting little pieces of news coming from the Discord currently, being that Willow and Ark are organizing a tournament. So if anybody out there on Twitch or YouTube watching this wants to get in on that, join the Discord. We'll be glad to have more people for it, I'm sure. And I think Willow was even talking prizes for it, weren't they?
Yeah, usually they try to entice us all with some sort of a prize, but they always keep it hush-hush on what it is until after it's all over.
Yeah. So there you go. There's going to be a prize for that. And in other news, Sabira is working on setting up bingo for Axiom Verge, which is exciting. And I'm really interested to find out what all is going to be in that. Should make a bunch of our races a fair bit more exciting.
Yeah, that would be very interesting. That I want to see how it all works out at the end. Because that then forces people to have to do different strategies that work better to their own strengths. I think that'll be a lot of fun.
I'm just not excited about that one time when it's the bingo card's going to have all the terrible things like find the Sudrin key and find password tool. And especially since those things can pop up in Maruru. And it's just like, oh, to have to go across and check everything in the map and then go all the way to the end to find out that it's just been sitting as, like, validation check in Maruru would just be awful.
That would be so brutal. Not gonna lie. But that's the nature of it all.
That is indeed the nature of Randomizer. The good thing there is you'd be playing on the same seat as somebody else, presumably. So
I hope so, yes.
So it's, decide your line on the bingo card very, very carefully. Alright, so we got about another minute here, so I'm going to go ahead and get my seed set up on this real quick. If my controller decides it wants to work. There we go. What are we looking at today? It is 4511360539. I assume you're good to go, Falc?
In about 30 seconds I will be, yes.
Alright. That is perfect.
Just getting all my apps and whatnot in the right place, and alright, I am good anytime.
Excellent. Alright, so let's go ahead and switch over my game. Alright. If you are ready to go then we will go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1, go.
Best of luck, my friend.
You too. And remember, all the cool kids do the moonwalk. Which I think excludes Sabira and Ark. Because Ark won't do it anymore and Sabira has her joysticks disabled.
It's disappointing to hear, I'm not gonna lie. Almost as disappointing as
it's the starting weapon. hey, at least we got a starting weapon that is good enough to go and deal with Atheros if we don't find anything else.
True. I thought you were gonna say it's just good enough to start off to go through all like the laser walls in the beginning. If we needed to.
Well, yeah, I mean that too.
But man, is it painful to start with?
No, that's definitely agreed. Like, it's not the worst weapon if you have a few power nodes. But if you got no power, it's not exactly great.
I agree 100%. I'm not a huge fan, but here we are. What are you gonna do?
Did you hear, I got a 20-minute time?
I saw that, yeah. That's insane.
51 fat beams to Atheros to win. Like,
that's just an actual, like, test of just will at that point in time.
Oh, absolutely. You want to talk about painful. Like, Fat Beam was the only redeeming factor to that, and the only reason I even went for it, because I was like, well, at the very least I can take out the mines. So it's like, all I have to do at that point is just make the rocket jump, and I'm home free.
I don't think I'd ever be able to do it, but my hat's off to you on that one, I'll tell you that.
I mean, didn't you find, like, a 13-minute God Seed or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, after we practiced it a couple times.
Oh, yeah.
I think my first run of it was, like, 25 minutes, something like that. But, like, you just get red coat before you leave Erebus, so it was just absolute money.
Oh, yeah. Mine was just after, I think.
And then, literally, drone, teleport, and I want to say it was grapple, maybe? We're all, like, one right after the other, right in Absu.
Oh, yeah, I think it was my red coat was in Peekaboo Room, and Address Disruptor was just to the right. And then things just lined up right after that.
It's nice when the plan comes together like that. I like that. I'm a fan.
I mean, you say that, but you could run Maru with no power, no health. It was not pretty.
That was the other good thing about the seed that I found was I think you finished with 3 and 3 or 3 and 4, and it was all full nodes. You didn't have to get any fragments.
That quick? That sounds amazing.
It was really good. It was really a good seed. I've yet to see another one that's better than it yet. And like the best part is like VGR go mode. You could see VGR got it done in like 13 minutes. My 15:15 was not even VGR go mode.
What was his 7-minute one?
That was on the old randomizer.
Ah, okay.
That one unfortunately no longer exists.
I was like, because that's a ridiculous time.
Yeah, he and Beef did a lot of grapple shenanigans with that.
Well, I mean,
thing, like, it was a complete meme seed. It was like the seed number was like 42069, like oh, and it just happened to work out perfectly.
If you haven't run it, the what is it? It's 1337 42069. I think was the seed me, Sabir, and Ark ran, and that seed was absolutely amazing. Like, I think we all finished in like just over 20 minutes. I was like, that's the just perfect meme seed.
Speaking of it, this seed's off to a pretty solid start, other than the weapon.
Yeah,
I'm
not disagreeing with it too bad. I showed off the fat beam out of Aruku's room the other day. That was fun.
There you go.
It's like, it's probably actually slower than just saving outside Aruku's room and just save warping back to that, but this way's much funnier.
It looks so much cooler, yeah. I fully agree.
I haven't seen a seed yet with it as like starting weapon or real early since we found out about that to be able to try it in Zeter's room. But, I mean, it'll happen.
I was gonna say, give it long enough, it'll get there.
I mean, there's only so many plausible weapons that can come up in the first, like, 5 spots, so it's bound to happen.
Fully agreed.
Questioning the same things I am.
Oh, I'm sure.
We're not grapple go moding this, right?
I wasn't planning on it.
Okay. Just making sure we're on even ground here.
I assume we were sticking with our usual traditional race strategies here.
Yes. Yes. Just making sure.
Yeah, unless for some reason, like, you get way ahead of me and all I have is VGR go mode, I'm like, if you beat the seed, I'll just probably beat it at that point in time, but...
That's fair.
As long as it's a race, I'd rather us keep our traditional methods.
And that's a good thing that I was liking that, like, Ark and Sabira were agreeing for the tournament is...
You have to for the tournament, otherwise
yeah.
You're just wasting everybody's time, unfortunately.
Yeah, because then...
at that point in time, it's down to 4 people that can know what they're doing.
At that point, it's very much just... VGR, if he decides to compete, I don't know if he is.
And or Ark are gonna fight for the title, basically.
Unless somebody gets really, really lucky.
Yep, I fully agree. Yeah, that's what I was trying. That's what I was hoping they were gonna say the other day. I was like, do whatever you want to do with the race, just make sure that they have to have something for the end. That's all. If you want to use any glitches or any way of breaking through, go ahead. I don't mind that.
Yeah, like, by all means, like, make it a yes major glitches run, because that's what we tend to do. But somehow make it fair.
Give the other people at least a chance, yeah. It's not fair when somebody's 3 items for go mode and somebody else is 5. Like, that's just tough.
Especially if whatever seed comes up last just gives you those 3 items, like, in 6 minutes.
Yeah. That doesn't happen.
I disagree. My 20-minute run disagrees.
Oh, that's so funny. This would really help if I went the right direction. That would be so much better off for everybody.
I didn't forget the check I stupidly forgot yesterday.
There's nothing worse than that when you just completely forget one.
Oh, that's what I did. I completely forgot, like, one of the most basic checks yesterday, and it was just like went running around the entirety of the map because I had red coat, couldn't find drone anywhere. Drone was sitting in the breakable wall and at the Absu shaft.
Oh, the thing that always kills me is every once in a while I'll get like I do like 2 or 3 random seeds in a night. Like I'll mix up which checks I've done. And be like, oh, I went to, you know, Snowy Curd. I did all that already. No, you didn't. And that's where, you know, something of progression is. Oh, that kills me every time.
I can't say I mix up checks, but I do occasionally mix up whatever I have. Like, sometimes it's like, why am I throwing my drone? I don't have teleport right now. Well, I was liking how this seed looked, and it's looking a little less great now, but still not terrible.
We've definitely had worse starts.
Oh, absolutely.
I just want a weapon that's better than this. That'd be nice. I take your silence as you've found a better weapon.
It's definite maybe. I was more so thinking to myself, you know, flamethrower, fat beam, and scissor beam are always just right around the corner.
You're not wrong.
Or at least one of them is always right around the corner. Not necessarily all three, but...
It's funny, every time I play the early game, like, I either seem to find, like flamethrower right away, or, like, I just don't find it for, like, an hour and a half. Like, I never find it mid-game, it seems.
Yeah, that seems to be fairly common.
Find it in the first 5 minutes, or, like, it just doesn't exist. It's so strange. And obviously, I know that's, like, it's random. It could happen. It just seems to happen more often than not.
It just tends to be the way that we go about doing checks, that it's never in the middle. That's not better. Not in my opinion, it's not better anyways.
I don't know what you grab, but I'm probably going to agree. If you think it's not better, it's probably not better.
You, versus Reverse Slicer, you might think it's better. I personally am not a fan.
Well, I only have one other weapon right now, and I consider it basically almost on par with the Reverse Slicer.
Makes me curious of which one you have, because I've seen two now. Did you do a Falc strat?
I did.
Oh, okay. Well, that explains that then.
Now you got me nervous.
Yeah, I mean, you might want to be nervous. But then I take it you found Reflector.
Correct.
Yeah. That's the one I was saying. It's like, not a fan of Reflector, personally.
No, I hate that weapon. I am not. That's what I'm saying. I think it's just on par with the Reverse Slicer. Only because it shoots faster, but, like, it's just so bad.
Like, the only thing that I give Reverse Slicer is that you can get past the beam and Ereboo with it. That's the only credit I give it.
I also like you can get multiple hits if you do it right with the weapon. That's fine, but like it's just so slow. That's the only tough part.
Wait, you can get multiple hits with Reflector?
No, the Reverse
Oh,
Slicer.
yeah, with Reverse Slicer.
That's the other thing I like about it, is that you can get multiple hits if you're doing it right. That's like nice. Other than that, it's just so slow.
Oh no, I meant with Reflector you can open the gate in Ereboo.
Yeah, I just
So
hate Reflector. Ugh. It looks cool, it just isn't practical.
like, it's a unique kind of weapon, and I have to give it that much. Like, that's definitely the thing I have to say for this game, is that, if nothing else, amongst all the things with this game that are just great, this game has got some really unique and interesting weapons.
And pretty much all of them have a use. I mean, there's a couple out there that are just you shake your head at, but they almost all have a use.
Yeah. Yeah, everything can be used for at least something. There's probably several that don't have any great use. Like, some of them are just one-offs.
Yeah.
Reflector being point in case here. But, yeah, everything's good for something.
what?
You move on to the next check.
That's true. It's just more which check is the next one that I should do. I know the answer to it, but I... Also, you just start second-guessing yourself already.
You should never second-guess yourself.
Well...
That's your first mistake.
I think my first mistake was learning to speedrun Axiom Verge, truly.
Okay, okay. Second mistake, then. Admit it, you love speedrunning this game.
Oh, I do. It's just infuriating at times, too, though. Which, I mean, that could be said for every speedrun in the world, but...
Fair. So somebody asked me this the other day, but how much Axiom Verge 2 are you going to be running when it comes out?
Probably not that much.
Really? Oh yeah, you're bigger on the Metroid side of things,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to play it. I'm definitely going to learn the run, but I don't think I'm going to like it as much, if I'm being honest to myself. Just because, yeah, I am a Metroid guy. I'm not nearly as much of a Castlevania.
That is a fair answer.
And plus, like, I'm trying to keep my expectations low because I don't know anything about the game yet, really, other than the little snippets we've seen. So everybody else is getting so hyped because they love this game so much. It's like I don't want it to be a letdown.
That is entirely fair. I can't blame you on that, but like Randomizer aside, for one, it's like 1 is such a good game. I wouldn't expect Tom to forego putting any kind of the amazing polish he did on this one from 2.
Oh, I agree 100%. I know it's going to be a good game. Everybody wants the next one to be bigger, better, you know, than the previous one always. And the bar is just set so high, at least for me with this game. It's just so well made.
That's fair.
I mean, grapple shenanigans aside, I suppose, but...
Yeah, I was gonna say, you gotta kind of count grapple shenanigans out of that because, well... To be fair, though, he did actually make the grapple janky on purpose.
Yeah, he just wasn't expecting it to be this janky.
I mean, give people the opportunity, and they'll show you all the jank they can.
Oh, absolutely. There's no such thing as a perfect game. Like, there's nothing perfectly designed ever. There's always holes. There's always things that somebody's gonna find somewhere. I mean, you know, like, somebody like VGR is gonna find 6 glitches in the first day and a half.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if he already has found a bunch of stuff, because,
I'm sure he has.
If I remember right, he's been beta testing it and stuff. Because
yeah, him and a few others have. Pretty much all the rando dev team people, I believe, got to sample some of it, or at least, like, look into it a little bit. I don't know how much they have to play or not.
I have no idea either. But I wouldn't be surprised if he's already found and fixed stuff that just through no fault of Tom's just happens to be broken for one reason or another. Because remember, Tom's you know, programming the whole thing by himself, so at least I believe he is.
Yeah, he still is.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, one person can only do so much, and it's easy to overlook small bits of things here and there. So it's like, I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if VGR is like, hey, I found things that crash the game. Because it's what VGR does.
Yeah, he's like, hey, I beat the game in 11 minutes already.
Yeah.
Nothing surprised me with what he does.
I expect day one, because he was kind of talking about it, like, I expect day one, as soon as things go live on speedruns.com for that game, he's going to already have something ready to go as a time for it, and it's going to be something stupid.
Oh, I believe it. I would full on believe it. He's just waiting to hit the submit button.
Yep.
I believe that, 100%.
He's just had the page loaded for it for 6 months. Because, you know, that's VGR.
It's our Tazbot.
Then again, maybe I'll have a better chance in that one, since, you know, Castlevania is my bigger side of things with Metroidvania. So maybe I'll have a bit better of a chance of keeping up with them, because, like, personally, I'm a huge fan of, like, Aria of Sorrow, Dawn of Sorrow.
Obviously, Symphony of the Night.
Obviously, Symphony of the Night.
Oh, I just screwed up big time. That's no good.
Why would you do that to yourself?
I was bad. I just lost like 3 minutes. I hit the wrong button.
Did you accidentally save quit?
You know I did.
Did you?
It's actually not gonna be that bad. It's gonna be about somewhere about 90 seconds, I'm guessing.
Oh.
But still, that sucks. That's unfortunate. I don't know. I was just talking to you and not paying attention. I meant to hit circle and did not hit circle.
Well, whoops.
All good. At least I got the checks done I meant to do before I screwed that up. So I don't have to go back and do them again, at least. There's some small saving grace in that.
Man, I wish I had actually bothered to check where Drone was yesterday on my run, cause I pulled off like a whole bunch of like great grapple swag throughout the run, and I was just like, don't ask me where this is coming from, cause I have no freaking clue, and just was nailing it, and like was gung ho and had everything going great on the run, and then it's like, where's Drone? For like an hour. It was bad, and I'm still upset about it.
That's really unfortunate.
Like, easily the dumbest move I've done in this game. This should be exciting. I just love doing low health strats.
No, not especially. I like when we get to like rolling tank status and you just have red coat, 100 million health nodes, all the power. That's fun.
Hey, I didn't pull a stupid today.
I don't know if I like the sound of that or not.
I'm running arc strats for things, and I've done a stupid once or twice while doing them. I'll tell you later about it.
I mean, I do a stupid at least once or twice a run. I've already got my one out of the way. I hope that's the one I've got this time around.
Because I'll tell you about the one that I do after the race, because it could tell you
what's going on.
Exactly that.
That's fine.
We'll grab that. I still don't know why this is a thing. And anyone on my Twitch stream knows what I'm talking about right now.
I don't know how many viewers you have, but I'm one of them. I'm not watching you, but I have it up.
Oh, yeah.
Just FYI.
Secretly, Falconsfreak back watching my stream going, oh,
Just
that's what he's doing.
Just cheating. That's what I do.
You cheaty fuckbag.
You know, that's what they called me in college.
How did I just make it through there without taking damage? I'm confused on that one. But apparently I hit all the iframes perfectly.
I'm kind of confused how I just got through this part without taking any damage myself, actually.
Makes me question if you're in the same part I am.
I doubt it, but...
It's not impossible.
It's not impossible, but... I know I went some really weird way here. Like, once again, like, I don't know why, but every time I play this game, I do a different route.
Gotta keep
like,
it
just
interesting.
for the fun of doing it. Yeah, just for the fun of doing a different route. And, like, I found myself in a really odd spot. I'm not mad about being in that spot, but, like, it's not conventional. We'll say it that way, I guess.
There's one of V's favorite things. If you're watching, V, did it for you. Oh, I just realized my trackers aren't tracking properly. Refresh.
Well, that certainly is no good.
Okay, those caught up. That should catch up. It's a good thing I looked over at my stream just to actually notice that.
You know, I was going to say that to you, but I didn't want you to know I was cheating. Totally kidding.
Oh, you're such an asshole.
Just being a terrible human being like I am.
There we go. Looks like it all caught up now. So I have a question for you.
Yes.
Because I can only assume that you found Trenchcoat right in the beginning.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Are you as annoyed by Trenchcoat dashing through rooms as I am?
No. So
One more time, you cut out a little bit.
I said, no, not really. I kind of enjoy it.
Oh, okay. Because I hate doing it, like, everywhere. I personally think it's pretty annoying. And just tedious.
Like, it's tired after a while, but
yeah, like
the
that.
actual act of doing it doesn't bother me so much.
That's it. I just find it tedious. Redcoat dashing.
I enjoy not doing it at all, but if
Right.
if I have to do it, it's not the end of the world to me.
Yeah, like Redcoat dashing, I don't mind because Redcoat at least moves you a good distance. But like Trenchcoat, you're doing it every like second and a half and like 50 times through most rooms and.
It's totally fair. Really weird stuff, Gary. Jeez, what am I doing?
What are you doing?
I don't know.
I'm actually mildly concerned.
I'm not even playing bad, but like, it's just questionable stuff. But I don't need to be doing, but I'm doing it anyway. Like, I'm picking up way more fragments than I probably ever should.
I've been doing a lot lately of just not picking them up.
Like, I normally don't, but for some reason I just keep, like, oh, look it, I'll grab it. Like, there's no reason anymore. I don't need all those things, but I keep doing it. Okay.
Oh! I wish I had checked that a little sooner.
That sounds promising.
It does, doesn't it?
It does.
Not as promising as I'd like, but still not something I'm going to turn down. Okay, I have to do it this way. Well, that actually kind of sucks.
Oh, no. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Sounds like good things.
Just one of those things of like, oh, I got the same thing I just had.
Okay.
I'm kind of hoping things aren't in places I don't want them to be.
I mean,
You ever get that? So you ever get that feeling?
yeah, I feel that way just about every seed we ever run. But it never works out that way for me. That's why I always try these like random, like routing decisions. But I definitely should not do because it just makes me slower overall. Like, at least if I do the same run every time, or same route pretty much every time, I would get better at it, you would have assumed.
You would think that, yeah. I actually learned something from Arc. Because I race against Arc a lot, so I learned things from Arc. But I actually learned, and on a run like a week or two ago, I was like, I know what Arc would do right now. I don't know why Arc would do it. Let's go ahead and do that. And it turns out it was exactly what would have been needed for Grapple Go mode. And I was like, mother... I was like, of course it was. It's just... There was no way it wasn't.
You gotta love it.
Come to think of it, I probably should have done that same thing here. But I'm hopeful that my routing is going to pay off. I guess we'll find out.
That's all you can do. Adapt and react.
Hope for the best and scream internally.
It's like you get me, you know that?
I seem to get that a lot with people. Like, oh, what was it Sabira was talking about the other day? She's like, I love complaining to get people to do things. And trying to make, talking with Willow about, like, making an announcement or something. And I was like, Sabira, it's like you're a kindred spirit.
She's absolutely wonderful. I love her dearly. Okay. Only time will tell if that was the right play or not.
Ooh, can't believe I pulled that off. And I can't believe I forgot a thing again.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's only a minor setback.
As long as it's not as bad as the 90 seconds I lost being silly.
No, it's like a 20-second setback to just go back and... But it's like,
So horrible, then.
pull off sweet grapple tricks and then have to undo them because I'd screwed it up.
Sounds about right, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm not making it back again. Alright, take the long way around. Ooh, that ain't good. I need... Anybody, please? Okay, fine, we'll go this way.
I was gonna say, I don't think I can answer any questions for you.
No, I don't think it can.
Unless you want really bad answers. I mean, obviously it's in Temple.
I mean, obviously it's in Temple.
Whatever you're looking for, it's in Temple every time. That's my answer. I'm sticking to it.
I mean, vanilla red coat is the worst.
Vanilla Redcoat is the absolute worst. We can all agree with that.
Weather getting you clogged up?
Yeah, a little bit. It's getting to be that time of year. It's funny, it only lasts for me, like, the first 2 weeks of, like, real spring when it's in bloom. After that, I'm fine.
Hmm. This is proving to be the biggest waste of time currently. And I hate this.
You and me both, actually. Not even gonna lie, my routing has not been the best.
Well, my routing's fine. It's just things aren't happening.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, my routing is not paying off in any meaningful way for me to get anything. Ooh, I don't want to do that. That's a bad idea. I must just set myself up for trouble.
Okay. Well, that works. That's fine. Now I just have to not die.
Sometimes the hardest part.
Yeah. Yeah, that's generally the case. Of course. Thanks, game. I didn't die. Just the thing the thing I wanted earlier just happened. It's like,
I thought you did. I was like, oh, jeez.
no. No, just the thing I wanted earlier happened, and it's like, that's super late, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Saved me some time.
There you go. That's a step in the right direction, at least.
Now I have concerns.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, that's not good.
It is not.
I'm, like, stuck on where to go right now.
Yeah.
Got
Kind of where
like,
I'm at.
got like a few different ideas, but like none of them are like that good.
I'm hoping what I'm going with right now isn't the weird routing that you did.
I mean, I feel like there's going to be a lot of crisscross at this point in time when we're at 45 minutes into the seed.
Yeah, like I said, I'm just hoping what I'm doing is not what you did already. So that way I can find whatever you didn't find.
I don't know, I can neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with this.
It's like getting to that point where you have to like really go back and think about the routing and what you didn't go through the first time and where you can still possibly find like groups of items. Because I don't want to do like all just the one-off checks yet. Not just yet. Goodness. Ugh.
Still no clue, huh?
Oh no, I'm good.
Oh, okay. So, where are you at right now?
Entering Maru.
So am I.
How about that?
Well, this should be fun.
Fight to the death.
Very much so. So, curious question for you, since
Yes.
we're both heading to end game anyways. What weapon you using?
Silver.
Yeah, me too. Couldn't
What,
find...
what did Zeter have?
Zeter had Turbine Pulse.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's another kind of meh weapon.
It's, yeah, like, it's not great, but it's an improvement over Reverse Slicer.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I didn't find any good weapons. Really. I mean, Kilver's nice. I love Kilver other than that, but like I got Ion Beam, I got Distortion Field.
I don't think I saw either of those, actually.
Distortion Field was at the top of like curve right before you go into Temple.
Oh, yeah, I actually
It's way
didn't...
up there.
I didn't check that one, because I was like, yeah, it's not going to be there.
Yeah, like I said, I did some weird stuff.
At what point did you find Redcoat?
I found it at 44 minutes and 22 seconds into the run.
44 minutes, 22 seconds? I was about half a minute behind you on that one.
And then I immediately went right to where Drone Teleport was after that.
Yeah, and see, this is why I kind of wish I had gone with Arc strats, because I wouldn't have even bothered with Kerr. Because Arc tends to go, if she has Trench Coat and Grapple and High Jump, she will just go straight to Ugana in hopes that Redcoat is there, and if it's not, she'll go back and check the front spots if she's got Teleport. Or not Teleport, but Address Bombs.
Yeah, I basically went right to Uruku and his stuff, and then went up to Eden, went down to Eden Hangar, and then came to Kerr through that way.
Mm-hmm.
And then did all of bottom Kerr, then went up to Snowy Kerr, and then said, you know what, I'm going back to start.
Alright, where are you at?
Just finished Apatos.
Ah, you're gonna just beat me on time then.
It's gonna be like 50... 55-ish, 54, somewhere there? 50-50? I don't know, somewhere in that area.
Yeah, you're gonna beat me by about a minute. It's still really, really close.
That's a really good race, actually. Yeah, 50, 49, 49 that ended up being. Not bad. 38 map, 50, or 38 items, 53 map.
Let's see, it's took me about a half minute, so I'm gonna end up just under 52, probably.
Not bad. One of the tighter races there. We take those.
Yeah, you got through Maru just a bit faster than I did.
Yeah, I mean, I had Kilver and I had basically just NMG strats to go with, so it's like, all right, this is beautiful. I'm just so used to that late game movement.
Yeah, my Sentinel takes a little longer, and you know, you could see where the little bit of time loss on Sentinel comes in here.
Yeah,
but
I did manage to skip him, but it took me like, I think it was like a 5th or 6th try jumping up to get there.
I missed the grapple clip once and went out of the room, had to come back in and wait and then get bonked again, and so it took me even in 2 tries getting it, it took me just still slightly longer.
Yeah, that's tough. That's like the one downside to your strat. If you don't get it first try, it's a little bit of time loss.
Yeah. It's super safe though.
Oh yeah. Well, the thing is, I had 10 health nodes, so I'm like, I wasn't even remotely worried about energy.
Oh no, why is my green shot on it? Green shot. I need you quick.
Yeah, I ended up finishing with 10 and 6. So it's like, that was, I mean, rolling tank status almost.
I almost didn't get my end screen capture.
Yeah, that's a good race. I mean, a minute apart, that's not bad at all. I got so many more items than you, because like I said, I was picking up so many fragments.
So you picked up all them fragments.
Picking up so many fragments, it was horrible.
What did I come out of this with myself? I came out of this with like, probably 8 health. 8 health and 4 power.
Look at that, it's so crazy.
That little bit of difference in the power nodes also probably helped in getting you through Atheros faster.
Yeah,
because I mean 2 power is a big difference.
Yeah, I mean, and plus I know how to kill for a Redcoat dash because that's NMG, so I have that fight down.
Oh yeah,
cold.
Like I do too, because you know days of running any percent, so
it's just the way you have to do it. Yeah,
any percent major glitches uses that same strat, so because that's all you end up with is just Kilver.
Yep.
Oh, that was good. You want to go again?
Yeah, if you can give me like 2 minutes, I'll go again.
Yeah, go for it.
Alright, I'm just gonna use the restroom real quick, I'll be right back. Alright, I am back.
Alright, well, since you asked to race today, why don't you go ahead and gen us up a seed?
Alright. I tell you what, I'm just gonna keep smashing randomized seed. You say stop whenever you want to say stop. We'll combine it together.
When?
Alright. Whenever you're ready, I'll give you the seed. Or do you want me to just type it in down in the Discord?
Go ahead.
340 488 Falconsfreak02.
All right. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and count us down.
All right, I'm just gonna reset all of my widgets here, and I'm ready to rock. Make sure I still got your stream up, but not up.
Up, but not up.
Yeah, I want to give you the view count at least. Try to help out a little bit.
Hey, appreciate it. Actually, that's like, so just recently hit 50 followers not too long ago. I'm gonna be playing Superman 64 this weekend for hitting 50 subs.
Oof, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be rough.
I saw you were doing some Super Mario RPG randomizer yesterday. I watched a little bit of that. I didn't say anything because I'm a horrible human, but I caught some of that yesterday. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, and I started Earthbound Randomizer today. I started it last night, but I was getting weird sound effects every time I was getting text boxes, which was super annoying, so I started over today. And because I had random music on, for whatever reason, it just wasn't putting music in several areas, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna regenerate the seed and reload it on the...
Oh, jeez.
With the randomized music turned off to, you know, have music back.
Absolutely.
And so I saved, and I pulled the other ROM, and I loaded that one, and my save file's just gone.
Oh my goodness, that's horrible.
So it's like, you know, that's an hour and a half down the drain, and it's like, well, that sucks. So I guess I'm starting over at some point on it.
I feel for you on that. That's terrible.
I really like Earthbound, so it's not a huge deal.
All right, you ready to do this?
Yeah.
All right, in 3, 2, 1, go. And as always, best of luck, my friend.
Absolutely.
Doing the moonwalk.
Never not do the moonwalk. Man, I was either doing co-op or racing with Thoriel the other day. And right as we started the first run of the stream, he's like, remember, all the cool kids do the moonwalk. And I'm like, damn it, Thoriel, that's my line.
Now this is a starting weapon.
Indeed it is. It's definitely something.
I thought you were going to be like, well, they're all starting weapons, technically.
They are.
Something to that effect.
I mean, it wouldn't be an incorrect statement.
Like, that's my line. Sarcasm with just a hint of dry humor in it? No, who would do that? Okay. Yuck. Blech.
Not a fan, huh?
Not a fan at all of that. That's just... blech. What can you do?
Not pick them up unless they're on your bingo card.
That's true. Like, it's a great idea for an item, but it's just one of the most useless items.
Yeah, I agree. At least once you learn to go fast.
It looks so cool, but like it just doesn't do anything for you in the grand scheme of things.
I mean, in the initial playthrough of the game, it's like, yeah, these are cool. Stay at full health all the time, have things, do stuff. Cool. The second time through the game, this is worthless. Because I'm not staying at full health ever.
Fully agreed.
Oh, well, that's gonna be useless. Okay. Well, that's something I know now. Then again, I guess in the grand scheme of things, it probably didn't matter.
It's like we're right on top of each other the whole time, it seems, right now.
Oh no, I decided to do something weird.
Oh, okay. Fair enough then. Never mind. I take back everything I said.
And like I said, in the grand scheme of things, it's not gonna matter, probably.
Well, I certainly hope not.
I'd say like 98% chance it's not gonna matter. But if it does, then I have a small advantage. Actually, if it does, I probably have a huge advantage, but we'll come back to that later. Oh yeah, so the last match, I was gonna say, the arc strat that I was doing is when you go to Kerr and you're at the top of Mission Impossible, just sending the drone off and going down to the right towards high jump.
Yeah.
And I've done the goof a few times of going down to the end of the drone wall at the end of the hallway and then releasing the drone.
Yeah, I've done that.
That's what I said. I didn't pull the stupid and release my drone.
Oh yeah, it said so. Like the big time loss thing I did last game was I took the drone into the mechanical tunnel by Aruku, and instead of drawing it back to Trace, I save quit, and my last save quit was below Talal and Absu.
See, I was tempted to ask if you would save quit out of, or if you would save quit out of Aruku without saving at Aruku. Because I
mean, pretty much, yeah, but not quite. But like, and I was like, oh, that's gonna be so far to get back, but I forgot, like, because I'd gotten high jump. I'm like, oh, I can get back up Z.
Oh yeah.
The main way there, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, because like I've done that one before and it sucks.
I mean, if I didn't have high jump, it would have been a lot worse. So I'm not. It wasn't too bad at the end of the day. You know, 90 seconds. I can live with it.
You know, I might not have done it last time, but I'm totally grabbing power fragments this time.
I tend to grab power fragments in the beginning, more than anything else. Like, I don't usually ever grab health fragments. I know Arc is kind of the opposite, but until I know that we have, you know, a few power nodes in the way, like, I just feel like it's so much better off to grab the fragments and be safe.
I mean, that's my GDQ safety strat, and I should really be going back to that. I just kind of never got back around to it. But I mean, it made a minute difference in the last run, so.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Like I said, that's one of the tighter races that we've had. That's just great.
I think that's probably the closest race I've had yet, actually. Usually it's something like Arc beat me by like 10 minutes or something.
I definitely had one where Journey and I were within like 40 seconds of each other. That was insane. But like it was funny because like I think we were playing on default progression because we had just gotten the randomizer, so it's like the seed basically just, here you go. There's one way to go and do it.
Just
so
handed you everything.
It just came down to like gameplay.
Those are always good races too. It's just like who can do the best.
You got me curious on what that thing that's 98% not useful, but might give you an advantage is. Very curious.
It is, isn't it?
Like, there's only a few items I can think of that would fall into that category, based on what I have and don't have right now.
Well, it's maybe something you would do or do not have. Cannot confirm currently.
I don't know. You'll have to tell me afterward. So I'm curious now.
I'm curious of if it's gonna matter. So
Yeah, me too, actually.
There's only like a 2% chance, give or take. In fact, it's probably drastically less than that. But you know, because just how much rando there is to this. But
I'll be curious either way.
It is entirely possible for it to matter. Spoilers, it's not gonna matter. This is where you go, well, if it doesn't matter, why don't you just tell me?
Ruin the surprise?
That would be my response, yes.
See, I'm an old man. I've learned patience. I can wait.
Ugh.
I hate this.
Actually. Makes you feel better. I'm playing kind of sloppy.
Like, I'm playing just fine. There's one check that I hate that I'm doing it right now. And like, it's a check. I mean, I'll explain afterward. It's just gonna give everything away if I say it.
That's fair.
And it's totally like, you're gonna be like, oh, that's what you were talking about? Really? Like, that's your big problem? And I'll be like, yeah.
I mean, I've done weird things in weird places, so... Like, kind of like what I'm doing right now.
It's not even a routing weird thing, it's just a game. And it's just a little because it's just my personal, like, preference or whatever you want to call it for doing things.
I'm curious if you're checking the item I think you're checking. My bigger thing, though, is I'm curious as if it paid off.
Well, that's the mystery, I suppose.
That is indeed. I'm gonna keep pushing forward and hope it didn't.
I like that. That's what I would do too if I was in that position.
Yeah, that's
Sure, something. I mean, there's no point in going back now.
that's how Ark plays. She's very play your own game, so it's like I'm just gonna play, and whatever happens, happens.
You gotta respect it.
I certainly can't argue with it. It's very sound logic.
It gets her results too.
It does. Like, it gets her upsettingly good results. I mean, like, that's part of why I started stealing Arc strats on stuff, too, was just because, like, she gets results. She's gotta be doing something right.
Because, like, she doesn't consider herself, like, a great player at this. I keep trying to tell her, like, no, trust me, you're up there.
Yeah.
Like, you've got it all figured out now. There's nothing more we could teach you.
Like, I keep telling her, it's like, Arc, you keep racing like this, we're putting restrictions on you like VGR.
Read.
I mean, she keeps setting these, like, 20-minute times and stuff, and it's like... Nobody but VGR can keep up with you at this point. At least she's definitely getting up towards that part, or...
Oh yeah, she's definitely ascending that rank.
I guess her and VGR raced, though, and VGR put her in her place.
Well,
So,
yeah, that's why yeah. Nobody races VGR.
That's why nobody... But she was... They were also playing on Masochist, and she normally plays Advanced because she doesn't entirely care about... care for the Masochist progression logic. And VGR knows that like the back of his hand, because, you know, he wrote it.
It's Hasbot.
Well, yeah, like that, and he wrote the logic. He knows what the game is likely doing when it's putting things places.
True. Can't argue with that.
Like, Arc's got the intuition of, like, where stuff goes. VGR just knows it is more than likely putting it here, because reasons.
Yeah, knows this has a 1 in 108 shot. This has, like...
a 1 in 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just plays all the probabilities. Like a savage.
Well, now, this is perking up to be an interesting run.
Oh, yeah?
I kind of like it, and I kind of don't like it.
I mean, I have no issues with it. I think I know what your issue is with it, though, honestly.
Well, I like it a little more now.
I like to hear that. That's good news.
What would you guess is my issue with it?
We're getting a lot of items very quickly. There's not a whole lot of, like, deep hunting so far.
That's not my issue with it, actually.
No? Okay.
But assuming you're just finding all the same things I am, it's the lack of the thing I just found. So, you know, I'll just shut my whore mouth right now. I love it when you find out ways to go through rooms better on accident.
I've done that so many times. It's just disgusting. And you just start kicking yourself like, why did I never think of that before?
Well, ask and you shall receive, I suppose. Well, that was something I've never done before.
Do I want to know? Or can
No,
I know
I just put myself in a wall. On accident. And it was just like, I don't think I realized I could actually do that. Huh. I also didn't realize I could do that. Just finding out I can go through rooms in ways that I didn't realize I could go through rooms.
I love doing that, actually. That's, like, the most fun part. Every time, like, not recently, but, like, when we first started doing the randomizer logic, VGR was just showing me all, like, the little nooks and crannies you can get yourself into. Like, oh my goodness. Things I would have never thought to try.
Yeah, like, I mentioned it here and there, that when VGR was working on, like, a bunch of logic and tracker stuff for Masochist, he'd just be like, Falc, can you do this reliably?
Yep.
And if you could do it reliably, it went into Masochist logic. Or if
No,
I think it was
if I could do it
reliably,
advanced.
it was advanced.
Yeah.
And if
It
you
was advanced
couldn't,
logic, yep.
but it was something you could do, it went into Masochist.
Yep. Because prior to doing the randomizer, I mean, I, like, did no glitches ever. I barely knew how to, like, do the grapple clip through the floor. So I was, like, the ultimate, like, advanced logic player.
Ark just posted in Discord. She's like, "Oh snap! A race happened."
Guess we should have thought to invite her, but well.
Yeah, sometimes I like 1v1s that don't involve Ark. Nothing personal, Ark. If you're watching, it's fun to race you. Just sometimes I like to have a considerable chance at winning.
We have a chance to compete. I get that fully.
I'm running a slightly different route here that I've been meaning to try out, just to see how it plays out.
I respect that.
And I don't know whether it's faster or not.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I do a different route every single time we play. I just try different things, and I'm like, this didn't work, or, you know. And I try to, yeah, obviously you gotta, like, don't worry about the items you actually collect, because obviously that's different every time, but I just try to see different ways to get to places.
Yeah, it's just a matter of, can I do this with this stuff, and is it faster? Does it feel like it's faster? Do I feel like I'm getting anywhere, is the question.
Is that an idea? That's an idea, let's try it. Just absolute weird things happening. Okay.
I'm taking some risky strats. That's the fun part.
It's always the best about it. Yep, I agree, 100%. I don't know if I'm going as risky as I usually do this time around, though, but...
I think I'd say this one is definitely faster, but that's also because it's riskier. But I think it works out, and it's like, if I lose because of this, I know why I lost because of it, and so be it.
But if it pays off and you win, then all the better.
Right.
Absolutely.
It's something I definitely would probably consider doing during the tournament. Just because it's a fair time save.
Yeah, I think mine's gonna be very dependent on who I'm playing against.
I just don't want to get paired up against Ark in round 1. Like, at least let me make it to round 2. And now I'm using some of my old routing stuff in hopes that it pays off. Yeah, not bad. It's a weird combination of things going on my end that to you it's like, oh yeah, I've done that before.
Yeah, I gotta say, this is probably one of my more, like, vanilla routing runs so far. Not that that's a bad thing, but, like, I definitely didn't go too off the wall this time around.
I thought you liked getting crazy with the Cheese Whiz, though.
I do, but, like, it's weird. I never pre-plan what I'm gonna do. I just kind of, like, in the moment, like, go left, go right. You know, whatever it is that I decide to do. And, like, this time around, I'm just, like, I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, I really haven't done anything too wacky here.
You're just like, ah, screw it, whatever.
Like fully unintentional, boring routing.
That seems kind of standard.
Weird. Found something I absolutely did not want to see.
Oh?
Nothing good, but, like, obviously since I didn't want to see it, it's not good, but...
Was it Firewall?
No. I don't want to see that either, though. You and I are on the same thought process with how bad Firewall is.
It's not good.
It's not good at all.
Singular use, that's it. I can't think of any other reason to use Firewall. And even then, it's a very limited use because there's just so many other things you can do.
Agreed.
Just to make sure we're on the same page there, that one thing is killing Uruku.
Really? With Firewall?
Yeah, you glitch blocks and go all the way up to the very top of the room and you just rain firewalls into his mouth.
Never would have thought of that.
I hadn't either. A buddy of mine actually thought of that one. Shout out to Animus if he's watching. Like, even Willow's like, yeah, that's genius. And in vanilla, that's actually, like, a really good way to fight him, kind of.
I think it would take too long to get up there when you could just get the red gun shots off.
It surprisingly doesn't take that long to get up there. And like I said, once you're up there, you just don't stop shooting. It was a very interesting tactic, because, like, in my first time playing through the game, that's what I did. Is I took Red Gun and just went over and did what you're supposed to do, you know, get behind the blocks and shoot them and stuff. And my buddy's just like, and just glitches a bunch of blocks and goes all the way up top. And I'm like, what are you doing? He just starts raiding firewalls, and I'm like, what the hell, that works?
That's interesting. It's definitely not something I would have thought to do. On the road again.
Is that the road to Maruru?
No.
Oh, okay, well.
I'm riding a Raka at the moment.
Oh, so speaking of Araka, that was the thing that I was saying earlier that I'm still not sure why it works. Just being that, for whatever reason, I can walk on top of Araka. Like,
Yep, she's a treadmill, yeah.
it's like, not just walk in place, like, actually walk back and forth.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like, that's usually tied to frame rate, and I would think yours would be good enough.
I mean, the game plays... In there, the game plays at somewhere like 900 or so.
Yeah, which should be way more than enough, I would think.
But yeah, no, just for whatever reason, I get traction on top of Araka.
I'm not gonna pretend like I know anything. Enjoy the advantage is all I can say, because it can give you just a little extra movement.
That's an unfortunate death.
Oh no.
It only locks me out of a singular check that I'm just gonna hope is not something I'm looking for.
That's fair enough.
Also, I really hate it if it is. Just because if it is, that's a suck place to put it.
Oh no. Come on, no.
Sounds like you're getting a little risky yourself. Or just screwing up, one of the two.
Or just being terrible at the game.
Yeah, I mean,
forgetting how to hit the jump button at the right time.
That's also an option.
It's really all it comes down to.
It's not a good option, but...
No, it's terrible, but...
It
Here
is.
we are.
It is still an option.
Not recommended for races, but yes. That's the beauty of this game. You can play it however you want.
I mean, you're not wrong. At the very least, there are definitely a lot of options.
Hey, I finally picked up another weapon. How about that?
You picked up another weapon?
I did.
Oh, I should go back. Brain, what are you doing? We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Definitely getting more risky now as well.
Oh, I'm just gonna hate myself if my risky move backfires. But it's like I said, if it backfires, I know what I did, and it's entirely my fault.
It's kind of where I'm at actually currently as well. No one to blame.
I might see why you picked up another weapon.
Maybe.
I can only think of 2 other ones, and I found both of them, so...
There's only one reason to pick up one of them.
We are going to end up at another very close race, aren't we?
It seems like it.
I already feel it coming.
I mean, I assume we're both just one item from go mode at this point in time.
Yeah,
We have to be.
I assume you're also just looking for teleport.
Correct.
Okay.
I mean, granted, had VGR go mode at 14 minutes or whatever it was.
Oh yeah,
that
so...
was ridiculous.
You may have already gone and checked, so I'm gonna go ahead and just tell you, but I found Sudrin Key really early.
I did not find that, actually.
Yeah. I found that really early, and that's why I was like, oh, there's only like a 2% chance it's gonna matter.
Was that like behind Zeter or something?
It was in wheelchair room.
Oh, that's an interesting spot.
Yeah, that's why
I went back to start, but when I went back to start, the only item I needed was teleport, so it's like, and it can't be there.
Right.
So I just didn't bother.
That's why I was like, there's like a 2% chance it'll actually matter. Because there is that chance that Rekko can end up behind the gold wall in Upper Maru, or Upper Ikerma. That chance is abysmal. But...
Yeah, I'd already had red code at that point in time. I went back, so I didn't have to worry about that.
Yeah, that's why I was like, well, at least if I find out it's there, I know exactly where the Sudrin Key is.
I was waiting for you to, like, be instant go mode. I'm like, crap, I didn't kill Zeter. I gotta go back. I gotta go back. That's what I figured. That's what I figured your check was.
I don't remember what I got from Zeter.
You did fight Zeter, though, huh?
I always fight Zeter.
Okay.
Like, I always fight Zeter, and if I can help it, I always check the upper left room. Because I see stuff in both of them way too much. I had one run where I went through the whole damn run, and at the end came back to the start and found high jump in the upper left. And I was like, well, this would have made everything a whole lot easier.
Yeah, I always check that upper left room before I leave if I can, because it's so painful.
Yeah, like, I just accidentally skipped it, and then, like, found Red Coat shortly after, so I was like, oh, okay. I can work with this and come back and find high jump wherever it's at later. Because it clearly isn't going to matter. And, fortunately, it didn't. And what really benefited me on that one is just I came back to find teleport anyways, and found it right alongside high jump, like, a half minute later. So I was like, oh, okay, this actually probably worked out. Unintentionally, but it did.
Yeah, right. No, I hate having to come back to Eribu for some reason. Like, it irks me. So I'm like, you know what, I'm going to do as much of the check as I can, except for Zeter. Sometimes I just don't do Zeter.
That's why we call it Falconsfreak.
I hate that you do.
Nobody else skips Zeter on any kind of semi-regular basis except Arc if she's got, like, enough reliable stuff.
Right. If you have a weapon that goes through walls and you have your drill tool already, I skip it.
Yeah, like, I had one run, though, against Arc, and she skipped Zeter and I didn't, and Fat Beam was sitting behind Zeter. And I was just like... She still beat me.
Fat Beam, by the way, was the weapon I picked up, by the way.
That was also the one I picked up.
That's what I figured, because we saw Kilver early and I didn't bother.
I picked up a couple others by complete accident. But yeah, it's like, that was the thing, it was like, oh, I almost missed this check, because for some reason I almost always missed that check on accident.
I ended up picking up shards, because it was a hidden check.
Yeah. It was. And it was just like, that sucks.
I mean, whatever, it is what it is, but that's it. And I did grab that stupid Bioflux.
No, I didn't.
I just ran right into it like headstrong, like, not even thinking.
It's like, we're just gonna get this now. Did you find address bombs anywhere?
No. I found 82 early, and then I saw 81 and I didn't grab it.
Oh, I didn't even see 81.
I believe it was in the spot underneath the spiderweb where you can grapple clip.
I don't think I know that one offhand.
It's in the thing in Z where, like, you'd have to use, like, either trench coat or red coat to get in from the left side. God, it's got all, like the zombie guys in it.
The blue hallway?
I'm the worst at describing. Alright, so you know Z? Where the room where you would go normally, the passcode area? And then there's the door at the top left of that. You go to the top left of that.
Yeah, okay.
There's all the zombies in it, and I think it was in that room. And you can grab a clip up into spiderweb from there if you had it, and red coat. I think that was where it was. I don't remember exactly.
I'm pretty sure that was grapple in that spot this time around.
I mean, I don't remember. I really don't.
Yeah, that's you getting your spots mixed up.
Either way, don't ask me for directions anywhere, because clearly I don't have a freaking sense of direction. Just go to, like, that house that looks blue but sort of yellow and make a left. You'll figure it out. You're like, wait, what?
It's definitely somewhere along the line.
If you find the guy who's speaking Mexican on the corner, you went too far. Back up. What am I doing?
I don't know. What are you doing?
I mean, using the wrong weapon to fight things.
Is that thing Athetos?
Yes.
Once again, I'm, like, right behind you. I was like, damn it.
Just say no!
Let's see if all the power I picked up will make a difference.
Probably not. I have 8.
Yeah, that's probably somewhere around what I've got.
I'm I'm at 8 and 8 right now.
Nope, I'm at 7. So yeah, you definitely got me again. But it's, again, not gonna be by much.
Who would have thought grapple room would be the thing?
I mean, I did. It was an early thought, and I was like, it could be in grapple right now. I've seen it there. I don't want it to be there.
I mean, I just didn't see the reason to go there early, but there it is. Just under 45, it looks like. Yeah, like 44, 54, maybe?
Mine's gonna be like 45-20.
Jesus, look at that. 30 seconds?
Yeah.
That's dirty. 42% item, 53% map. Again, 53% map.
Oh, Jesus. Those were some insanely close races, and you only beat me by, like, a minute on both of them. Probably because you got to whatever it was, like, just a minute ahead of me, or you got through Maruru just slightly faster than me.
Yeah, drone teleport I picked up at 40-18.
40-36.
Nice. And then I had my, my save was at,
Oh, post that one over to the Discord, too, that screenshot if you took it.
Yeah.
Like, those times, that is almost exactly 30 seconds apart. That is 30 seconds and frames difference.
I mean, it's less than 30 seconds, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
29 and 40 frames. That's nasty.
29, 40 frames. That is... It's not even that. It's like... That would be... I don't know, some amount of frames.
It's not even 40, it's 37. Yeah.
Yeah.
37. 29 seconds, 37 frames. That's just silly. I mean, that's awesome, though. 2 races, literally a minute and a half apart combined.
Yeah, that's
insane. Stupid teleport and grapple room.
This is why I gotta go back to my old routing ways of going to Kerr and actually checking Kerr, and the problem there is just... While stuff does show up in Kerr, it's not often enough to make it super reliable. But that's how
it's funny, because then the one time you go to Kerr, it's going to be in Uruku, and you're like, you can't win. No matter what we do.
This is why I kind of routed my new way this time, because I started going the way that Arc does when she goes... when you get that split that goes towards the Dragon Hallway down towards Maintenance Hallway, and the split that goes to Kerr.
Yeah.
She usually just goes down the Dragon Hallway, hits Maintenance Tunnel, hits Uruku, and saves and goes from Indy. And I'm like, I think I'm going to start going to Kerr, checking 82's room, checking the top of Mission Impossible, checking down High Jump's hallway, and then hitting Indy over to Uruku. Because then I can also check the Indy Eden connector on the way, and save there.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Yeah, and then it's like just drop down, hit Uruku, hit Maintenance Tunnel, hit the Dragon Hallway. It's not exactly that much farther out of the way. Plus, I can also hit the Slug on the way. Because there's one on... There's
the one right there, yeah, at the bottom.
Yeah, right there in Indy. So it's like, that... It seems like it's solid more routing. Plus, I see stuff in Kerr, in the lower part of Kerr, just so much.
By the way, Drill was behind Zeter.
Drill was behind Zeter. Oh.
According to the spoiler map, Drill was behind Zeter.
I guess maybe I didn't fight Zeter this one. I thought I did, but I guess not. Or I
split.
Or I mistook it for Hypnoatomizer, because I do that sometimes.
Yeah, it's not in your splits, so.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, I guess I apparently just didn't fight Zeter this time. I think I went up and checked the upper left, and I was like, I gotta keep going, because he's gotta be ahead of me by now. I went for that health node in the peekaboo room and got my drone hit twice. And I was like, screw it, I guess I'm not getting this one, because you're just gonna keep getting farther ahead of me.
It ended up not being anything anyway. Obviously, I mean, we got everything else we needed, so
yeah.
It really wasn't anything, but I think it was only a fragment, honestly. I don't remember exactly.
No, it was a full health node in the peekaboo room.
Oh, was it? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
That was the only reason I went for it, was because like it's a full health node in the beginning of the game. Yeah. And then I got my drone hit twice, and I was just like, screw it. I'm gonna hate myself for it, but I'll try and live without going and grabbing or try and live with 2 health. I mean, I did a 6% run. I'll make it. I'll manage somehow.
Figure it out. Absolutely.
Well, Falc, it was great having you on for these 2 races. This
Yeah.
was really fun runs today. Like, everything was in great places, and these races were just so insanely close. And you even went wonky ways, and I went some wonky ways, and everything just lined up great.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. You know, anytime you can have races like that, win, lose, or draw, that close together is just awesome.
Like, if I come up against you in first round of the tournament, assuming... are you going to be in the tournament?
Yes.
Okay, if I come up against you first round of the tournament, and I lose to you by 30 seconds, I won't even be mad. Because, like, it's like that I know you played just as well as I did. You just did a couple extra coat dashes somewhere along the way that put you just 30 seconds ahead of me. And it's like, I can't even be mad about that because I'm just irritated by doing the trench coat dashes.
Yeah, I can't say as I blame
you. And, like, that's my personal fault.
All right, well, hey. Awesome job. And we'll have to do it again soon.
Yeah, absolutely. And anybody watching, thank you guys for watching. I might end up playing something else tonight. I have honestly no clue. It's a maybe. We'll definitely see. Probably done with Axiom Verge for the night though, unless Ark pesters me and is like, hey, let's go race. And I'm just like, Ark, why? Okay. Like, Ark gets me so often with it. It's like, hey, let's go race. Fine.
Yeah, she has a nice way of being persuasive.
She does. But alright, so quick reminder, I mentioned earlier, but quick reminder that I'm doing Superman 64 this weekend for hitting 50 followers, so that's going to be a thing, so keep an eye out for that. I don't know which day yet. I'm probably leaning towards Sunday, for just a variety of reasons. And it'll probably be sometime in the afternoon Eastern time. But we are going to go. So thank you again, Falc. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later.
Take care, everybody.